Let's talk about depression. Depression is a mental health condition that affects how a person feels, thinks, and functions in daily life. It is more than just feeling sad or having a bad day. It is persistent and it can interfere with one's relationship, work, sleep, appetite, and even overall well-being. Depression feels like ongoing sadness, that emptiness or hopelessness, loss of interest or pleasure in things once enjoyed, that low energy or constant fatigue. Depression feels like difficulty concentrating on making decisions and sometimes even making the wrong decisions. Depression is changes in sleep. Either sleeping too much or too little. Depression changes appetite or weight. When people gain too much or become too thin, depression feels like that feeling of worthlessness, guilt, or self-blame. Withdrawing from everybody, from family, friends, or even enjoyed activities. Depression is that thought that you are not enough, I'm not enough, or things will never get better. In severe cases, some people may experience thoughts of self-harm or suicide. This is a medical emergency and needs immediate support. What are the causes of depression? Depression usually doesn't have just one cause. It can result from a combination of many factors, like biological factor. Talk about the brain chemistry, the hormones, genetics, many things working together. It can also be from life experiences. People go through loss, trauma, stress, childbirth, and major changes. During childbirth, a parent, a woman, a mother can have postpartum depression, that feeling of emptiness or not enough. Can be psychological factors, like I mentioned. You feel fat, you feel you are too big, you are too thin, brings low self-esteem. The feeling that you are failing, you are not meeting up, you've not done much in life. Chronic worry, negative thinking patterns, social factors as well. So we'll talk about, the loneliness. You can't connect with people or can't keep them in your life. You feel isolated. Lack of support. Financial or relationship. The stress that comes from finance and relationship. And even childbearing. Also, the postpartum depression, like I've mentioned, can happen after childbirth due to hormonal shifts and emotional stress. Is depression a weakness? No. Depression is not a character flaw or lack of faith or strength. It is a real medical condition, just like diabetes or high blood pressure, and it can be treated. So this video is to create awareness on mental health, on depression, what people overlook, to start paying attention to them. Depression, you can get treatment and support. My name is Ruth. I'm a health fitness coach. Some of the things that have helped people is looking for therapies, listening to videos. Medication can also help, some antidepressants and all that are prescribed by the doctor. So if you are struggling, actually, you may need a doctor. You need a doctor. Go see a doctor. Lifestyle support, like I am talking now. Sleep, nutrition, movement routine, and health, fitness as well. You can take a walk and all that. Social support. You don't have to go through it alone. Let's talk about depression. Not the medical definition, nor the textbook explanation. Let's talk about the kind people live with quietly, the kind that doesn't announce itself, the kind that doesn't always cry, the kind that sits inside people who are still showing up every day. Depression is not just sadness, and sadness is not always depression. Depression is a weight, a heaviness that settles in your chest, your thoughts, your body. You wake up very tired. You sleep, yet you don't have enough rest. You smile, but it costs you something. You are functioning, but you are not okay. And the hardest part of depression is that you can't always explain it. There's no wound people can see, no bandage, no cast, just exhaustion. That feeling of emptiness that overwhelms you. Depression doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like survivor. It looks like an immigrant who is awake at night staring at their ceiling. All hope is lost. They have used everything they invested, sold their property, moved and relocated into a different country. Now they are facing immigration laws. Even with all their studies, with all their qualification, they are living in fear. What if I'm deported? What if I don't get sponsorship? What if this company disappoints me? And on top of that, they get that heavy email. Sorry, we cannot sponsor you now. Depression is that feeling. It looks like a woman grieving a miscarriage after trying for so long to conceive. Mourning a baby no one else got to meet. It is carrying a loss people expect her to move on from. It looks like someone trapped in their own body, fighting obesity, fighting shame, fighting the mirrors, the social media that trolls, trying to fit in, trying again and again, and feeling like they are failing themselves. It looks like bitterness and grief during the divorce. What did I do wrong? How did we get here? Grieving a marriage. Could I have saved this? Was it all my fault? How do I move on? What next step? How do I co-parent? How do I take care of my future? What if I am wrong? What if something goes wrong? It's like grieving a future you planned. Grieving that version of yourself you thought you would be. It looks like grief after death. You know that feeling when the funeral is all over, when all the visitors have left and life is supposed to continue, but something inside you has permanently changed. Depression makes you feel so empty. It wears many faces, and just because someone is still standing, it doesn't mean they are not struggling. What about sadness? Sadness is part of human being. Sadness is natural. It is honest. But many of us were taught to suppress sadness. Be strong, they say. Don't cry. Others have it worse. Move on. Suck it up. Stop crying. Clean up your tears. So we learn to swallow sadness instead of processing it. And what you don't process, you carry it. What you carry long enough begins to weigh you down. Sadness that is heard can heal. Sadness that is ignored can grow into depression. And often, walking alongside depression is what? Anxiety. We don't talk about anxiety often. Sometimes it looks like weakness, right? Anxiety is the fire that never rests. It is the mind refusing to feel safe even when everything looks calm on the outside. It is your body constantly preparing for danger. Danger you can't always see or explain. Anxiety doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. It says, what if I die during pregnancy or labor? What if something goes wrong and I don't survive? What if my child grows up without me? What if I fail as a parent? And even after your baby arrives, anxiety doesn't leave you. It sticks around and it whispers, what if I harm my baby while I am asleep? What if I roll over? What if I drop them? What if my tired body betrays me? So you stop sleeping properly. You wake up suddenly. You check if the baby is breathing. Again and again and again. Your body is exhausted, but your mind refuses to rest. Anxiety says, what if I lose my job? What if I can't provide? What if everything I've worked for collapses overnight? So you keep pushing, you keep showing up, you keep smiling, but inside you are always bracing for impact. Anxiety steals the present by forcing you to live in the future that hasn't happened. Even during good moments, it interrupts you. Don't relax. Don't get comfortable. Something could go wrong. And then that comes something often that is companion to depression. That fear. Fear is a companion to depression. You know, the fear of loss, the fear of failure, the fear of death, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. Fear doesn't always make sense, but it feels real. And when anxiety keeps the body on edge and fear keeps the mind alert, depression slowly drains what is left. One keeps you awake at night, the other makes you tired of waking up. People would say, be grateful. just relax. Just pray. I once told someone I was depressed, a Christian sister, and she said, blood of Jesus, God forbid. We are different. We are not like the people of the world. But did it solve it? No. Others have it worse. But depression, anxiety, sadness, and fear don't respond to advice. They live in the body. They live in the nervous system. They live in lived experiences, trauma, responsibilities, and loss. This is not weakness. It is not failure. This is not your fault. It is not lack of faith. This is what happens when a human has been carrying too much for too long. Depression is not proof that you are broken. It is a signal that something inside you needs care. It needs rest. It needs support and compassion. Healing does not mean you will never feel sad again. Healing does not mean fear disappears completely. Healing does not mean anxiety never visits. Healing means you stop fighting yourself. It means you talk to someone, a doctor, a therapist, a counselor, a trusted person. It means you allow yourself to rest without guilt, to cry without shame, to ask for help without apology. It means understanding that faith and therapy can coexist. Prayer and medication can coexist. Strength and vulnerability can coexist. If you are watching and this feels personal, if it feels like I'm describing you, just know this. You are not weak. You are not alone. You are not failing at life. You are simply a human being. And what you are feeling makes sense. Please don't suffer in silence. Depression is not the end of your story. This is a season, a very heavy season, but it is not permanent. If this video touched you, I want you to share it, subscribe. Someone else may need permission to feel what they are feeling. And if you are struggling right now, reach out, speak, breathe. Healing begins when silence ends. Here is my message of hope to you. This is the truth I want you to hold on to. Even in the heaviest darkness, light can return. Even when your mind tells you the pain will never end, there is hope. Even when you feel broken, you are not beyond repair. You are not defined by your depression. You are not defined by your anxiety. You are not defined by fear, guilt, or the pressure of the world. You are alive. And being alive means there is still a chance to heal, to breathe, to feel joy again, to find peace again, to love yourself again. It is not your fault that you received a sad email, but how you react to it matters. Life is a season. Take it slowly. Allow this season to pass. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. but don't stay there too long. Don't allow suicidal thoughts. You are alive. And being alive means there is still a chance to heal, to breathe, to feel joy again, to find peace again, to love yourself again. You can start small, one step at a time, one conversation, one walk, one act of kindness to yourself. Building a healthy habit, a healthy lifestyle to become better, to be healthier. Healing is not linear. It is messy, it is slow, but it is real. And one day when you look back, you will see how strong you truly are, how resilient you were, how brave you are for surviving when every day felt impossible. There is hope. There is light. There is life after the darkness. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And your story is far from over. If this video added value to your life, I want you to subscribe. Thank you for watching.